Good morning, students. I want to show you a couple tools that I think are going to be really useful as you do research for your committee hearing projects, the papers and the presentations. Google itself is, of course, a useful tool. Right? We could go to google.com and we can search up a variety of different things. But one of the problems that we've talked about in class is the fact that you may get resources that aren't particularly helpful or don't go into a lot of depth. And they could be biased, or they, may not be particularly well researched resources. So one way to alleviate that problem is using Google Scholar or Google Books, as you see here in this tab. So I want to show you both of those tools. Google Scholar is really nice because you can search up different academic papers that are written by academics at universities from around the world. So let's just use one of the topics that we've discussed. We will say payday lending. Let's see what comes up. I searched it wrong. So we'll take a look there. Obviously, we got a lot of different search results here. On the left-hand side, what's really nice is we can filter our search. So I want to get anything payday lending that is from, I'll say within the past year, so since 2018, because when you're researching stuff for your paper and presentation, we want to make sure that it is relevant and up to date. So let's just click on the first article and see what we get. Ethical issues related to payday lending. Loading a little slow. So here it looks like it's a discussion about payday lending in Canada as it is used in a global context. So here we have the abstract, which allows you to get an overview of the paper, which is really nice. Let's compare it with Google Books. So Google Books functions in much the same way. I'm going to Google the same phrase. And see what books come up on payday lending. Now, I see here the very first thing that came up in Google Scholar is the second thing that comes up in Google Books, which is interesting to me. Now, if you are unable to access the full book, maybe you could go to your local library and get it. Possibly it's available on some sort of Kindle membership that you have, or wherever you use books. Okay, so let's click on the first link here. Loan Sharks: The Rise and Rise of Payday Lending. So this book's about 5 years old, not quite 5 years old, and you can get an overview. Scroll down, see what editions there are. So it looks like we're looking at a second edition here. Okay. So these are some really helpful tools in finding more academic and well-researched sources. Google Scholar and Google Books are really helpful for that. Compare that with a regular Google search. We'll see what comes up for payday lending. So first off, I get a definition from Investopedia.com. Not bad, but not going to help me for my research project. So it's some very basic stuff. Since we all know what this is, that's not particularly helpful to us. We want to dive a little deeper. So I recommend using Google Scholar and Google Books for that reason. Thank you.